Hi, and welcome to Chapter 3 with Dawn B. I'm your host, Dawn Brown, and if you're new to our channel, guess what? You're in good company. This is only episode number 2. So if you want to get all caught up, click on the box in the top right corner of your screen and you will find episode number 1. I think I'm also going to put the IG teasers that I did up there. That way you'll know how it all started from the beginning. It'll be in a playlist marked IG teasers. So once again, welcome. And if you like what you see, and I hope you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Now, one last major piece of housekeeping that I have to get into before I get into the topic of discussion for this week, and that is my peeps. Yo, what's up? Y'all followed me all this time on Instagram, 4 weeks. Y'all left comments. Y'all called me. Y'all big me up and encouraged me. And then when we get here to the big dance, you know, the thing that it was all about, I wake up on the day after I make my page public, and what do I hear? Crickets? Really, people? What is up? This is what it was all about. This is what we were working up to. So please do me a favor. Go to my channel and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Now, let's get right down to this week's topic of discussion. Now, y'all know the reason that I created this channel wasn't born of COVID. It was born out of my need to what? Absolutely get the up out of corporate America. Yes. However, as I was planning out what I wanted to address on my platform, the pandemic did affect that very much. One aspect of it in particular, and that is the total destruction of our autonomy to see our friends and our loved ones. Now, for me, you know, I see my daughters. Hi, Shalise and Simone. But I really, haven't really seen anybody else. So I was starting to think about the fact that, hey, there is going to be a new normal, but until that happens, we have to learn how to function, because the new normal, I don't think is coming until there is a proven vaccine. Look, that's a whole discussion for another day. I will eventually address the bullshit going down in the White House. Help me, Jesus. I just cannot do it now. Look, the sun is shining. It's beautiful. I'm having a good hair day. That's also a topic for another day. And we're just going to keep it light and airy. So the thing that bothers me most is, you got all these people. They don't want to wear a mask. Whatever. I'm not even going to talk about that because I could get, I won't be on 1. I'll be on 2, y'all. So the hubby and I are finally at a point where we feel like we know enough to know how to protect ourselves. And we're comfortable now with getting together in one way or the other with people who we know have been quarantined as carefully as we have been quarantining. And a lot of times, just to keep it real, sometimes that means only getting together with people that have as much to lose as you do. So that said, guys, just really be careful, okay? Whatever your plan is, just make sure it works for you and you have peace with it, you prayed about it, and you're comfortable with it. So guess what? I was able to actually get together with 2 of my good girlfriends since we spoke last. It just turned out that they were in the same place as me, wondering, okay, will we ever see the outside again? Will we ever be able to eat al fresco again? Will we ever be able to have fine dining in a restaurant again? Because that's my jam. That's the one thing that me and the Rev love to do. So like I said, they just happen to be in the same place, understanding that we do need to get back to some form of function and figure out how we're going to start getting together with our people during the quarantine. So this is the way it went down at Lady O's house, okay? And I'm calling her Lady O because that's her first initial. I haven't asked permission to use her name. I'm kind of, getting my sea legs when it comes to not revealing my story, but getting comfortable with revealing so much about myself because I'm usually a very private person, but I'm just going to use her first initial. So I go to Lady O's house, which, by the way, every friggin' time I walk in there, I get jealous. She got the flyest bachelorette pad that I've seen in a very, very long time. Everything is so well appointed. So I go in, we walk in the back of her apartment, across her museum quality shiny wood floors, and she's got this whole, she got the table set. She's on one end, I'm on the other. She done made me this fabulous honey bourbon drink. And we're eating shrimp, and, we're having conversation. It's lovely. So we finished on the downstairs, and she's like, go upstairs. Because, look, I'm just going to tell the whole truth and shame the devil right now. Actually, Lady O is a few years younger than me. And I was, breaking out into hot flashes. So when that sweat starts above the upper lip, oh, forget it. It's horrible. So anyway, she noticed my pain, and she was like, let's go upstairs, because she lives in an older home, so she has like window units. So we go upstairs to her bedroom. Once again, fabulously well appointed. So she's on one side of her king size bed, and she's got this little nook in the corner where she got a table and a chair, and we're just laughing and talking and catching up, and she's playing music. Some guy, some DJ, I forget his name. Not DJ, the one that does Club Quarantine, but somebody else. It was fabulous because he was doing this is part of the reason that I go down rabbit holes, because I be forgetting shit. I hate it. Anyway, so this fabulous DJ that does this, it was awesome, but he did old school rap and R&B. And when I tell you, I'm so glad that she owns the whole house, because her neighbors would have called the cops. We were getting down up there. You should have seen us. Her on one side of the bedroom and me on the other side of the bedroom, and we just jamming. All right, I digress. But I said that to say that was one way to get together with your people. You can prepare food at home or bring food from the outside into the home and socially distance that way. That was really great. So that was my inside date with Lady O. Now my outside date was with Lady C, and that's the friend that I tell you who is not only a wife and mother of a high schooler, but she also is raising a toddler, and she goes to school. So Lady C wasn't trying to hear nothing about staying inside. She said, we going outside. So I told her, I've noticed that the best places for eating al fresco are the ones that already have a dedicated outside or open air eating area, okay? Because I don't know about you, excuse me, but I've noticed this phenomenon. You got people eating outside, like these restaurants have put up picnic tables or whatever kind of table in the middle of the parking lot. I'm like, yo, what is up with that? Honestly, y'all want to eat outside that bad that you're willing to suck in exhaust fumes? No. So we went to Brio Tuscan Grill because they have a well-appointed outside space. All they had to do was remove a few tables, and you're right on the outside. It's open air. You're socially distanced. The food is great, and I was happy. I started to take a picture because I just wanted to, give you guys some ambiance. But I'm going to tell you too, once I got together with each of them, I ain't have time for no damn camera. I noticed that there's a COVID side effect to the dynamic of my good girlfriend relationships. Once we started talking, we caught up on all the things and we laughed and talked and kikied and that stuff. But it got to that point where y'all know, if you got good girlfriends, y'all know you catch up, you laugh, you talk, but then you start getting down to the nitty so that your relationship can function the way it's supposed to. Not only did we share once it got serious, but I realized that each of us revealed something to the other that we'd never done before. Like we went a little deeper. And I thought that that was a good thing because I am a silver lining type person. Shut up, Shalise and Simone. I know, especially Simone, I know sometimes that drives her insane, but I can't help myself. So one of the silver linings of this is that people are thinking and they are understanding that, number one, life is too damn short to be goofing off. That's why you got all of these people trying to get their lives together during the quarantine. Okay, so the last thing left to do is sprinkle this episode with a little word. Clarity alert! Here it comes. Now look, this week I'm going to cheat a little bit. This scripture that I'm going to read about came from last week's sermon at my church last Sunday, but it is so fitting for what actually went on. See how God works? Is awesome. The topic of the sermon was creating the right condition, and the scripture was Acts chapter 5. Verses 12 through 16. I'm going to read it in its entirety, and then I'm going to bring it on home to you, okay? Acts chapter 5, verse 12. The apostles performed many signs and wonders among the people, and all the believers used to meet together in Solomon's colonnade. No one else dared join them, even though they were highly regarded by the people. Nevertheless, more and more men and women believed in the Lord and were added to their number. As a result, people brought the sick into the streets and laid them on the beds and mats so that at least Peter's shadow might fall on some of them as he passed by. The topic of the sermon was creating the right condition, and I'm just going to read the last little bit right here that I wrote. When we create the conditions, God will move and we can receive the desires of our heart. In the scripture, you see the people, they didn't think that they could get to Peter, but they knew that Peter had such authority and power that they were like, we just gonna bring him and lay him in the streets, because if his shadow just walks by, they're gonna be healed. They stepped out in faith. And when you step out in faith and trust God, you create the condition for him to come into your life and work supernaturally. For example, I'll share the last story that Lady C shared with me before we parted for the night. She failed her first test of the new semester, and it freaked her out. What did Lady C do? She created the right condition. She said, God, I know that this is what you want me to do, so I'm not giving up if I have to take the semester over again. And we all know what that means. And time, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. She created, through her faith, the opportunity for God to move supernaturally in her life. And she passed the semester. Won't he do it? I am having so much fun. This is a great time. I am so thankful for you taking the time out, thinking it not robbery, to spend a little time with me today. So this is the end of episode 2. I'm not going to say my usual it's good, because it's getting better, huh? Remember, life is complicated, but at least once a week, you can join us here on Chapter 3 with Dawn B and gain some clarity for your everyday life. I'll see y'all next week.